There is a very specific frequency surrounding you right now. And as you clicked on this video, I want you to take a deep breath, because what is coming through the ether at this very second is nothing short of an energetic shockwave. Someone out there, someone you have been tied to, someone who thought they had you entirely figured out, is absolutely, fundamentally shaken to their core. I am talking about an individual who has been completely thrown off their axis because of a shift in your energy. They thought they held the pen to this story. They thought they could dictate the pacing, the terms, and the outcome of your connection. But they were wrong, catastrophically wrong. If you are watching this, if you felt that inexplicable magnetic pull to stop scrolling and listen, trust me when I say your spirit guides led you here for a massive revelation. This is not a coincidence. This is a confirmation. Welcome, beautiful souls, to this sacred space. I am so deeply honored and grateful that our paths are crossing in this moment. If you are new here, you have stepped into a sanctuary for the chosen ones, the deep feelers, the cycle breakers, and the intuitive souls who are navigating the profound journey of spiritual awakening. Before we pull the veil back on what the universe urgently needs you to know, I want to gently remind you that this is a collective energy reading. Take the pieces that resonate deeply with your spirit, the words that feel like a warm embrace or a sudden realization, and simply leave the rest behind. Your intuition is your supreme compass. You know the unique contours of your soul's journey better than anyone else ever could. So, ground your energy, open your heart, and let us dive into the shadows of what this person is currently experiencing. As I connect with the spiritual realm and begin to shuffle these cards, the heaviness in my hands is undeniable. The energy is incredibly dense, almost frantic. This is someone from your past, someone who is currently pacing the floors of their own mind. The first card demanding to be seen. Oh wow, we have the Tower. And let me tell you, this is the ultimate manifestation of sudden upheaval, shattered illusions, and total shock. The Tower represents a foundation that was built on false premises, and right now, for this person, everything they thought they knew about you and about themselves is crumbling to the ground. They are experiencing a complete emotional and psychological collapse. This isn't just a fleeting thought. This is an absolute, undeniable reality check. They are quite literally staring at the ruins of their own ego. The tower shows lightning striking a structure, setting it ablaze, forcing anyone inside to leap into the unknown. That lightning strike? That is your absence. That is the exact moment they realized you were no longer playing their game. They are lying awake at 3 in the morning, the silence of their room deafening, replaying every single interaction, every text, every moment they took you for granted. The shock is vibrating through their nervous system. They assumed you would always be the safety net, the lighthouse waiting patiently on the shore while they sailed through turbulent waters. But the lighthouse has gone dark for them. The foundation they relied on, your unwavering patience, has vanished. They are currently completely blindsided by the sheer magnitude of the void you left behind. They never anticipated that your silence could be this loud. They never expected that losing access to your energy would feel like oxygen being sucked out of the room. The tower energy means they are going through a profound disruption. They are ungrounded, anxious, and deeply terrified of the reality they are now forced to face, a reality where you are no longer accessible to them. But how did they get here? Why is the tower falling now? Let's pull the next card to look at the energetic blueprint of the past. What exactly happened between the two of you that created this explosive dynamic? Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. This makes absolute crystal clear sense. The Seven of Cups is the quintessential energy of illusions, fantasy, distraction, and an overwhelming fear of making a concrete choice. In the past, this person was living in an absolute haze of self-deception. They were juggling, keeping their options open, and feeding you a narrative that was far from the total truth. I am sensing very strongly that they intentionally placed this connection on a slow drip. They were giving you just enough to keep you invested, just enough breadcrumbs to maintain the tether, while they had one foot out the door. The Seven of Cups shows a figure staring at various chalices filled with different things. Some offer treasure, some offer danger, but all are shrouded in the clouds of illusion. This person was distracted by the superficial, shiny objects of the world. They thought the grass might be greener elsewhere. They entertained other connections, perhaps flirting with third-party situations, or they simply chose to remain lost in their own avoidant behavior. They believed they could have their cake and eat it too. They felt entitled to your deep, soulful love while offering you nothing but surface-level inconsistency in return. They were playing a dangerous game of emotional hide-and-seek, withholding their true intentions and hiding behind a mask of needing time or being unsure of what they wanted. But the truth? They knew exactly what they wanted. They were just terrified of the depth of your light. They were terrified of the mirror you held up to their unhealed wounds. So they stayed in the foggy illusion of the Seven of Cups, stringing you along, keeping you in the waiting room of their life, arrogantly assuming that you would always be there whenever they finally decided to choose a cup. They completely underestimated the boundaries of a chosen one. And that leads us to the catalyst, the absolute game changer. What did you do that triggered this magnificent tower moment for them? Let's pull the next card. Oh, this gives me full-body chills. We have the Strength card. You didn't just walk away. You masterfully reclaimed your life force. The Strength card doesn't depict brute force or loud, chaotic endings. It shows an individual gently but firmly closing the jaws of a lion. It represents quiet confidence. It is profound, unshakable emotional mastery. You stopped fighting for a place in their life. You stopped trying to prove your worth to someone who was committed to misunderstanding you. You simply and beautifully withdrew your energy. Whether you physically blocked them, deleted their number, or energetically cut the cord, you took back your power with an elegance that absolutely terrified them. You see, when you are a highly intuitive spiritual being, your energy is overwhelmingly potent. When you focus on someone, you wrap them in a warm, protective, and loving frequency. They got so incredibly comfortable bathing in your light. They became addicted to the way your energy made them feel about themselves. But the Strength card indicates that you realized your light was being drained. You woke up to your own divine worth. You realized that you were the prize, you are the blessing, and you absolutely refused to be placed on a dusty shelf. When you pulled that energy back into your own heart, when you decided to be your own savior, you severed the supply they had been quietly feeding on. You didn't need to scream. You didn't need to beg for closure or close your conversations. Your silence was the most deafening roar they have ever heard. You showed them that you possess the ultimate self-respect and that you will not tolerate being treated as a placeholder. This level of self-mastery is exactly why they are currently spiraling out of control. They thought you were weak for loving them so deeply. They thought your empathy was a flaw they could continuously exploit, but the Strength card proves that your empathy is your superpower, and your ability to walk away gracefully is what shattered their ego into 1,000 unrecoverable pieces. Before we dive into the next chapter of what they are feeling right now, I want to take a brief moment to anchor us in this truth. Disclaimer: this reading is intended for spiritual guidance, self-reflection, and entertainment purposes. Tarot is a beautiful mirror for our subconscious and the energies surrounding us, but it should never replace your own free will, your logical judgment, or professional advice. You are the ultimate creator of your reality. Always trust your own internal compass above everything else. Now, taking a deep breath, check your own energy. Notice how you feel hearing this. You might be feeling a sense of validation, a quiet inner knowing echoing in your soul. That is your intuition confirming what you have felt all along. You see, while you have been focusing on your healing, going to the gym, focusing on your career, nurturing your friendships, and truly embodying the highest version of yourself, they have been secretly watching you from the shadows. The dynamic shifted radically from you waiting for them to them becoming the eternal observer of your glow-up. They have been checking your social media, trying to decipher your cryptic posts, obsessively wondering who is making you smile like that. They see you thriving. They see you moving forward without missing a single beat, and it is driving them absolutely mad because they secretly hoped you would be devastated. They wanted you to stay stuck in the past, mourning their absence, because that would validate their fractured ego. But instead, you became the literal embodiment of independence. You blossomed, and every single time they see you glowing, it feels like a heavy dagger of regret straight to their heart. So, how do they truly see you now? What is bubbling beneath the surface of their panic? Let me pull the next card. Oh my goodness. It is the star. This is absolutely breathtaking. The star is the card of ultimate healing, profound hope, divine connection, and the manifestation of a lifelong wish. Right now, this person is looking at you not just as an ex, not just as someone they used to know, but as the absolute pinnacle of what they desire. They are seeing you as their ultimate wish fulfillment, the profound one who got away. The star shines brightly in the absolute darkest night sky, completely out of reach, but undeniably beautiful. That is exactly how they view you right now. You are this radiant, untouchable, divine being who offered them a love so pure that it terrified them. When they were stuck in the murky, confusing waters of the Seven of Cups, they couldn't appreciate the clear, purifying waters of the star. But now the contrast is agonizingly clear. They realize that what you offered was spectacularly rare. It wasn't just a physical attraction or a convenient companionship, it was a soul-level bond, a once-in-a-lifetime connection that has the absolute power to transform a person's entire existence. They recognize the incredible depth of your spirit. They remember the way you listened to them, the way you understood their unspoken words, the way you held space for their flaws without a single ounce of judgment. They are having a massive, earth-shattering epiphany that they discarded a literal diamond while they were busy collecting worthless stones. The star also indicates deep spiritual longing. They feel energetically bound to you, and they are desperately craving that deep, heart-to-heart conversation. They want to strip away all the masks. They want to sit across from you, look directly into your eyes, and pour their soul out. They are craving the absolute safety of your presence. But because you are radiating the untouchable divine energy of the star, they feel completely unworthy. They are highly intimidated by how much you have leveled up. They see your brilliant light, and it harshly highlights all of their own shadows, all of their mistakes, all of their profound regrets. I am picking up on a very distinct astrological energy signature here as well. There is heavy dynamic fire energy Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This person has a natural pride, a strong ego, a burning desire to conquer and lead. They want to be seen as the invincible hero of their own story. But I am also seeing a grounding, stubborn earth energy present Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This unique combination explains so much about their past behavior. The earth energy made them painfully slow, overly practical, resistant to sudden emotional changes, and deeply terrified of losing their perceived stability. They wanted ironclad guarantees before they would invest their heart. Meanwhile, the fire energy gave them that passionate, spontaneous allure, but also a massive, incredibly fragile ego. Right now, their fiery pride is intensely bruised. They are absolutely not used to being the one left behind in the cold. They are entirely accustomed to calling all the shots, moving at their glacial earth pace while unapologetically dictating the terms of the relationship. But you completely flipped the script on them. You didn't wait for them to catch up. This internal, chaotic clash between their wounded ego and their genuine, deep-seated love for you is what is keeping them in the agonizing grip of the tower. The regret is exceptionally heavy. It isn't just a fleeting, passing thought of missing you. It is a visceral, gut-wrenching realization that they self-sabotaged the best thing that ever happened to them. They were so utterly focused on what could go wrong, so terrified of losing their independence, that they guaranteed the very outcome they feared the most. They lost you. They pushed away the only person who truly, genuinely saw their soul. So, what are their actual intentions? Are they going to remain permanently paralyzed in this ocean of regret? Or are they going to do something about it? Let's pull one final card to reveal their ultimate next move. And here it is, Judgment. This is a powerful, heavy-hitting major arcana card. Judgment is all about a profound spiritual awakening, answering a higher calling, rising from the ashes of past mistakes, and seeking absolute redemption. This person is not just going to let this connection go. They physically and spiritually cannot. The universe is practically blowing a loud trumpet in their ear, forcing them to wake up and face the music. Judgment represents a critical, life-altering turning point where past actions are deeply evaluated and a final decision is made. This person is currently undergoing an intense, painful period of self-reflection and karmic review. They are planning to return, but they know deep down they cannot come back with the same tired, weak excuses. They know the old version of themselves will absolutely not be allowed back into your sacred space. The judgment card indicates they want to resurrect this connection, to bring it back from the absolute dead. They are carefully, obsessively calculating how to reach out to you. They are searching for the perfect moment, the exact right combination of words to somehow bypass the formidable protective walls you have rightfully built around your heart. They want to offer you the undeniable truth. They want to clear the air, take full, unconditional accountability for their past immaturity, and beg for absolution. They are envisioning a complete restart of relationship built on transparency, honesty, and actual, tangible, undeniable effort. They want to transform the dynamic from a casual, non-committal maybe into a definitive, powerful yes. They want to stand before you, completely stripped of their ego, and show you that they have learned their excruciating lesson. But let me be incredibly clear. The judgment card is a slow, deeply internal process. It requires immense bravery to face one's own demons, and while they are hearing the call of the universe, they are still desperately wrestling with the fear of your rejection. They know that approaching you means risking their completely vulnerable heart to the very real, terrifying possibility that you might just look at them and say, "No, thank you." And that brings us to the most vital, important part of this entire message. Just because they are going through this massive spiritual awakening, just because they are finally seeing your true worth, just because they are drowning in regret and desperately want to make amends, it does not mean you owe them a single, solitary second of your time. This is your life. This is your sacred, beautiful journey. You spent months, maybe years, healing the deep wounds that their inconsistency inflicted upon your spirit. You have every right to passionately protect the peaceful sanctuary you have built for yourself. When they do come forward with this intense judgment energy, wanting to clear the air, remember that you are sitting firmly in the seat of power. You get to observe their actions over time, not just listen to their pretty, rehearsed apologies. You get to decide if their return actually aligns with the brilliant new standard you have set for your life. Do not let nostalgia trick you into lowering your boundaries. Do not let temporary loneliness blur the stark, undeniable reality of how they treated you when they thought you would never, ever leave. If you decide to entertain this reconciliation, go in with your eyes wide open. Demand absolute, unwavering consistency. Demand that their actions perfectly match their newfound epiphanies. But if your intuition, that beautiful, unfailing, divine inner voice that urged you to walk away in the first place, tells you that this chapter is permanently closed, then honor that completely. You have already won. You have already leveled up. You are the star, and your destiny is calling you aggressively forward, not backward. Whether this person eventually rises to your level or remains a mere stepping stone in your grand spiritual evolution, you are going to thrive spectacularly. You are stepping into the most magnetic, powerful, and abundant era of your entire life. Keep trusting your gut. Keep choosing yourself every single day, and never ever apologize for the boundaries that protect your peace. If this message resonated deep within your soul today, if you felt the undeniable truth vibrating in these words, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below saying, "I claim my power to lock in this beautiful, highly protective energy." Sharing this video, commenting, and liking helps push this vital message out to other chosen ones who desperately need to hear this confirmation right now. Thank you so deeply for sharing your precious time and your beautiful energy with me in this reading. I am sending you infinite love, profound healing, and limitless blessings on your path. Until our souls meet again, take care of your beautiful heart.